Hello everybody, welcome to a weekend video. This may be another weekend video. This may be the second of the day, first of the day, I don't know. I was just minding my own business in a stream as you do, and I get this kind of message from Siren who says, "Hey Richard, you gotta try out this wicked new synergy. Yeah, it's crazy stupid fine." I was like, yo, tell me more about it, because I use loads of different synergies, including ones with Iceman, with Aegon. Yo, which one you talking about, bro? He said, damn, man, you know the synergy. Strategic Sabotage. If Nick is alive, the first 3 hits thrown by the opponent have a 100% chance to be evaded. And I was like, yo, the one with Quake? And he was like, yeah, it's super effective. You can take any champion and just kind of keep your finger off the block and you do loads of evades at the start of the fight. It's really nice. And I was like, yo, let's do a video on it and try and do this Luis thing in a bit of a comedy sense. I might return back to this comedy idea, but try and kind of make it a bit more kind of vibrant and fun. Maybe something at New York Comic Con 2021. Who really knows? But yeah, I thought I'd do a video on that synergy. Hope you like that weird intro. And if Siren's watching, I wonder, does he actually speak like that? Put in the comment section, Siren, do you actually speak like Luis from Ant-Man and Marvel films respectively? Yes, the Strategic Sabotage Synergy. Try and saying that when you've had a few too many bevies to drink. But the fact is, this synergy actually was rather cool, and I'm glad I gave it a go. The fact is, first off, I wanted to test it out in different areas, and first of all took it into the likes of just a standard quest. Taking it through to uncollected does have this nice little element that it does help out, in the fact that, look, if you make a mistake, it's nice to have Nick Fury in. Yes, that's good for content clearing. If you like Quake, then great, that's also fantastic for content clearing. If you're not a massive fan of Quake, then obviously it's just there for a synergy purpose. For me personally, I'm not a massive fan of Quake. It doesn't speak to my playing style. I've still not kind of mastered the exceptional playing ability of it. I can get good damage. I can get great aftershocks from time to time. But again, just like training myself on one specific champion, it's just a case of going, right, well, what do I do? I just know Quake. That's great. What about all the other champions in game? There are other options. But look, the fact is, I liked using this synergy, but I liked using it in different ways I think that people would be accustomed to. But yes, when taking against content, first and foremost, uncollected, doing a few kind of rounds of different things, did showcase this really kind of good element. As I said, make mistakes, you don't get punished. You get 3 chances with that particular synergy. So as it's everlasting, you could do something where you build up certain champions, especially ones that you're bad at. And I'm pretty bad at evading a lot of the SP1 of Yellow Jacket, and I actually took this into Act 6 as a little tester. I actually found it was quite fun. Did some stuff with destructive feedback in 6.2.4, but the main thing about this was kind of trying seeing if there was a save of grace. As I said, you make mistakes, as in if you're not very good at evading certain bits of champions' abilities, then at least you've got that little synergy to give you a nice little buffer. It's kind of like it's a shield of some kind to the mistake that you might make. And as well, that can be helpful for unblockable or kind of projectile based attacks that may be difficult to avoid. And yes, you've got missed capabilities with different champions, like obviously Tigra being released this month and several others. But it was very fun to have this synergy as a little backup, and I must recommend it if anybody's thinking about having this to go up against certain fights, maybe those that throw those projectiles which are really, really annoying. The next champion I wanted to focus on with this synergy was Mr. Stark Spidey, and why this is incredibly important is obviously this will benefit what this champion does and its abilities. First and foremost, stating that if each time Spider-Man evades an attack or uses the Dexterity Mastery, he will gain a poise charge that is incredibly important. Every poise charge means more attack rating damage. Now the synergies that I wanted to pair up with this, well, to a lesser degree we do have Kamala Khan, which is all about kind of improving the debuffs and making them last longer with stun and shock and ensnare, but mainly shock. But that's not the point. The point was trying to see if there's a quick ramp up and a quick build with poise, and how quickly, based on, say, if you're going without a synergized version of Stark Spidey, yes, you can take ages to build poise, which therefore is your damage output area for this champion. But adding, obviously, Blade into the mix allows you to start off the fight with 3 poise charges. And as well, with the synergy, which is Strategic Sabotage, it gives you that 3 hits right at the start grace. So effectively, right at the start, you should be able to get to 6 poises in a very short space of time, maybe even more if you play your cards right. And that's something that we're going to see now in the clip that's thrown up. And I absolutely love this. I'm not saying that this should be like the key synergy to kind of use overall, but if you're looking at Stark Spidey as one of your lead champions, say if you're new to the game and say you got some 4 stars of these versions of champions here, like Nick Fury, Quake, as well as Blade, Stark Spidey, and to a lesser degree Kamala Khan. But if you've got any of those champions mixed and synergized together, I mean, yeah, you don't really have to have Kamala Khan. You could put any other champion in there that could synergize quite nicely. But the fact is, you've got a method to get yourself to 6 poise charges very quickly and have a nice effective Stark Spidey that can get to the highest points of damage output in a very short space of time, which I absolutely loved for this particular fight. I'm still a massive Stark Spidey fan who has obviously been out for years now, but I still find myself kind of coming back to this champion to play about with stuff. And every uncollected, there's usually a great usage for him in some kind of way, shape or form. His evade abilities are still there, his damage output is still there as well, and I found myself doing extensive and lovely amounts of damage on enemies when I was doing this month's quest. And as well, I think I'll find that for months in and months out. So there we have it, the Strategic Sabotage Synergy. Now this was actually rather fun, and I see applications to use this in different content. Siren, who was talking about this in some of my live streams, was saying that he does use this in different things like Act 6, and I can see, as I said, some great usage in things like the uncollected on a monthly basis, maybe some very specific content, and definitely when it comes to things like variants that could be of value with not like variant 2 or like, well, maybe variant 3, especially Stark Spidey as a champion. I did actually use Stark Spidey for a lot of content in variant 3, so there could be some like lead champion options and maybe future variants. Either way, I do like this synergy because it was very fun and also helps you out if you're kind of like struggling with a few fights or specific boss fights and you've got this kind of link up here with this kind of team. It can be quite helpful. I know there will be some people that will go like, wow, it's not for me, it doesn't really work out, and that's cool. It's just really fun to find these kind of unusual synergies or synergies that help out players in different kind of ways. But yeah, I'm looking to kind of like deep dive some of these in the future, and something that I used to do quite a lot of is kind of do synergy deep dives. So that's what we'll do in the future. We'll kind of go back to some old synergies and also go and find some champions and some synergies that haven't really been spoken about and see if they really kind of like pack a punch or pack a wallop, whatever you want to say it is. In any case, that has been the video. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Check out some other stuff that's up there, which is probably recent videos or maybe another type of synergy video, who really knows. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.